Good evening and welcome to the Tuesday, March 17th meeting of the Planning Commission. I would like to officially call this meeting to order at 4:30 p.m. May we have a roll call, please? Gus, please take a roll call for the Planning Commission.
Ida LeBlanc,
Here?
Amy Bayless,
Here.
Alan Spence,
Here.
Joe Conk,
Here.
Marcia Fouts, and Carol Johnson.
Present.
All right. And does anyone wish to speak about an item not on the agenda this evening? This is the part for public comment. The Planning Commission invites the public to provide comments at this time. Members of the Planning Commission may not discuss items that are not specifically identified on the agenda. Therefore, pursuant to ARS 38-431.01, action taken as a result of public comment will be limited to directing staff to study the matter, responding to any criticism, or scheduling the matter for further consideration and decision at a later date. Persons interested in making comments on a specific agenda item are asked to complete a brief form and submit it to the clerk or liaison during the meeting. Each speaker is asked to limit their comments to 3 minutes unless a different amount of time is noted on the agenda or is determined by the presiding officer or by a major vote of the council, commission, or committee. So right now, is there anyone here who wishes to speak about an item that is not on this evening's agenda? And I don't see anyone online either. So we will not have public comment at this time. Next is approval of minutes. Discuss, review, and act upon the draft minutes from the regular meeting on February 17th, 2026. I'll entertain a motion. Do we have a motion? Yes, please.
I motion to approve the draft minutes from the regular meeting held on February 17th, 2026.
Thank you. And do we have a second?
I'll second.
All right, thank you. So we will, we've entertained the motion. It's been motioned and seconded. And the ayes, all those in favor say aye.
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 Aye. Those opposed? Nay, nay. All right, that was unanimous. Thank you. All right. New business. Public hearing. Conditional use permit number 250188, Circle K gas station and convenience store. Public hearing to take comments on conditional use permit, Circle K gas station and convenience store. That will, so now I am inviting Senior Planner Clover Pinion to share a PowerPoint presentation. Thank you, Clover.
Great. Good evening, Madam Chair, Commissioners, members of the public, and the applicants. Thank you, everyone, for being here. I'm Clover Pinion, Senior Planner with Community Development. And yes, tonight I will be presenting on the conditional use permit 250188 for the Circle K gas station and convenience store. All right, just a quick overview here. Obviously, Circle K is a convenience store with fuel sales. A convenience store is permitted in the commercial zoning. However, the fuel cells do require a conditional use permit approval. This project is located on the northeast corner of State Route 89A and Lincoln Drive. The parcel size, once split, will be approximately 2.69 acres. As said before, the zoning is commercial. It's located along what we like to call the State Route 89A commercial corridor. There are residential uses to the north and east, and then again, commercial uses to the south and west. For our general plan, it falls within the neighborhood commercial for the land use, and it is a permitted use. And just so everyone's aware, design review will be done administratively after this, after the approval goes through town council. And signs require a separate permit and will be done administratively as well. Just a few project details. It will include a 6-foot tall masonry wall. That's the length of it's the rear lot line. I'm calling it the east lot line. It'll also include landscape buffering. The building itself is approximately 5,200 square feet. The fuel canopy will be 18 feet 6 inches with 12 fueling positions. In addition, there will be 26 parking spaces, including 2 ADA, and 8 of those parking spaces will be for like RVs and trucks with trailers, bigger vehicles. It will include underground fuel storage tanks. The way the circulation, landscaping, and outdoor lighting are laid out now, they meet code. And they do have ADOT approval for this project. This is just the basic site plan here. You can see the 2 entrances, the one off of Lincoln and then the one off of 89A there. They did get approval for that deacceleration lane from ADOT. So, and that access will be right in and right out only for both access points there. You can see the building there towards the back, as well as the line that delineates that masonry wall that will be a buffer between the residential area and the commercial parcel. You can see the parking spaces along the front and the side there, as well as the trash enclosure, and then the canopy. And then to the north, you can see the larger parking spaces there. Well, of course, you're going to be funny now. I can point over here. The pointer doesn't work on this. So this portion right here is the. Okay.
Clover, you said the Lincoln entrance
Mhm.
is a right in, right out,
Correct.
but the plans I got didn't say that. They said it was an exit both ways.
What said that? I'm sorry.
The Lincoln exit on the
Okay.
plans I have
Mm-hmm.
said it was a right or left exit. So is that different than what we got?
Okay, I'll have to, yes. I
Okay.
believe it. We'll have to double check. I'll have the applicant check into that and we can answer it then.
No, that's fine. I just
Yeah.
wanted to make sure.
Yeah, yes. All right. All right, here's the proposed landscaping plan. As you can see, there's a nice amount of that landscape buffering in the back that will actually go behind the wall there. You can see it around the building. They have proposed landscaping around the trash enclosure, also on any of the parking islands, as well as on the south property line and then the west property line. I do say that what they have proposed well exceeds what's required by the ordinance. All right, building elevation. So first up, we have the front of the building. The maximum height for the building is 22 feet. That's where the parapet is there up on top. It does, all of the roof equipment is screened. Next. All right, this is the elevation that you're going to see if you're standing, like if you were on Lincoln Drive looking north. This is the side of the building you would see. And then this is the side you'd see if you were facing and looking south. And last, we have the rear of the building. So this is what you would see is you're basically standing in that residential neighborhood, that this is the back of the building that you would see. Again, it's 22 max feet and all roof equipment is concealed. All right, canopy elevations. All right. So we have the 2 different sides here. Again, the max on the canopy is 18 feet, 6 inches, which again is typical for canopies. It's for safety and to allow those taller vehicles to pass through and under. And then this is the elevation from the front. So if you're looking east. This is going to be the northwest corner. So this is the rendering they had for us. That'll be that entrance there off of 89A. And then this is the northeast, so part of the property. So these are actual site photos. So this is if you were standing on Lincoln Drive and looking north, this is, you would see this, I'm calling it the south lot line. So we'll see that here. But looking north. Okay. Okay. So, oh my goodness. Okay. So yeah. So anyway, so standing on Lincoln, looking north, this is what you're going to see, the actual site. And then next, this is from the east. So this is based from 89A, looking towards the east view. And this is, if you're up on the north end of the property looking south. And then this is obviously from the property looking across 89A to the west. You have Olson's Green and Dollar General across the street. All right, general plan consistency. So first, as we mentioned, it is neighborhood commercial and a convenience store is allotted. This project supports the convenience goods and services that will be provided not only to residents, but to tourists as well, which I think I say right there. And just that it is consistent with that State Route 89A commercial corridor. Zoning compliance, again, it is zoned commercial, which does allow for a convenience store. Again, the fuel sales are permitted with a conditional use permit. And the project does meet the sites, the setbacks, the height, and parking requirements. And it is in compliance with the landscaping and lighting standards that we have as a town. Compatibility with surroundings, the residential zoning to the north and east, they have addressed with, go ahead, the landscape buffering that is going to be provided there on that northeast east lot line, as well with that 6-foot wall. And the lighting plan minimizes the impact that it'll have on the neighboring properties. Traffic and access. So it is right in, right out access. They do have the de-acceleration lane, which was approved by ADOT. And it is designed to function with the State Route 89A roundabout. And like we said, they are coordinating with ADOT and they do have approval for that right-hand turn lane. All right, for public health and safety, they are using modern underground fuel storage tanks and spill containment systems. They will have professional management and regulatory compliance. Their project includes emergency shutoff systems and fire suppression systems. And of course, there will be environmental protections and operational standards that will be followed. The infrastructure availability, there are public water and sewer available to this site. There is already an existing transportation network, as you can see from Lincoln Drive and 89A already being in place. There is availability of electrical power and telecommunication. And there is emergency services access to the site. Economic and community benefits, convenience services along State Route 89A corridor will be there for residents and tourists alike. It'll cut down on their travel times. The sales and property tax revenue for the town are amazing benefit, as are the local employment opportunities. Oops, did that slide get on there twice? All right, so staff recommendation, we recommend approval for conditional use permit 250188 with a forward recommendation to town council, subject to the stipulations in the staff report. I don't know why it's doing that, but just hit it twice. All right. All right, staff is here for any questions. If anyone has any questions for us. We also have the applicants here, so if you have any questions for them, we can bring them up as well.
Madam Chair, can you turn on your mic, please?
My form reads that we're taking comments from the public first. Is that accurate, or do you want to do
We
the?
can. Mhm.
Yep, Madam Chair, this is Stephen Polk, Clarkdale Town Attorney. So you're free to ask questions now. When you're satisfied, you do need to make a formal motion to open a public hearing to the public to take.
Right,
public-
so it's the commission first.
And then after you close that, you'll be able to ask
All
more
right, thank you.
questions.
Good. So we're ready for discuss, review, and act upon conditional use permit. 250188 Circle K gas station and convenience store. So let's look to see if anybody on the commission has a question or, yes, go ahead.
I don't see where the HVAC units are on the rendering here.
Soon, please come up and introduce yourself so you're on the record.
My name is Waldy Coronado. I am with Westwood Professional Services, a civil engineering firm for it in Scottsdale, Arizona. And to your question, the HVAC units are on the roof and they'll be screened from the public view.
Okay.
Well, you don't see them on the.
If-
All right, thank you. Do we have Amy?
I have one question.
Oh,
Just a moment. First, Carol. Then we'll call on you, Joe, and then Amy. Carol.
And the hours of operation, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week?
That is correct.
Thank you. Everybody heard that? And now, Joe?
On the landscaping plan that was brought up on the screen, there seemed to be a void area at the turnabout where they were not installing new landscape. Am I reading that correctly?
That is there's an existing drainage retention basin there. So the intent is to leave the area as is, to remain it as is, just not to touch the drainage area itself. However, if with construction, any of the existing plants or material is damaged, we'll replace that as needed.
Okay.
All right. Thank you. Amy?
So I was looking at the 6-foot wall around the property, and that's going to be used partially for screening, but also for noise reduction for the neighborhoods, correct?
Sorry, I didn't hear the last part.
Noise reduction.
Well, I don't believe we have a noise study with the wall. So I wouldn't be able to respond that. I can talk to the technical team on that specifically. We are giving a 20-foot buffer in that area with landscape, which is going to be trees, which also help with the noise. And of course, the wall as a screening. But as far as the actual noise control with the wall, I'll have to check that with the team.
That would be nice. The natural landscaping is not much of a buffer. It's desert landscaping. It's scrub. It doesn't do much.
Yeah, we're adding new trees there.
Okay. But it's still, especially with large trucks coming in and out, that will be an issue for all the surrounding neighborhoods.
Sure. We'll check with the team and let you know.
Okay, and then, so what was the reason behind dropping off the, left turn lane on Lincoln? If you're having it as a right only, in and out? So Lincoln Drive, the ingress egress is right only, inside out. But
There's-
also in the traffic study, it said that there should be a left turn lane, but there wasn't one.
So I can't.
So,
speak to the-
but the plans I'm looking at
There is a
from the
raised-
traffic study have it as a right in and a left right out. So those aren't the plans I've seen. Those aren't the traffic study I've seen. So that's my concern about what's going on here.
Yeah, so both driveways are right in, right out. We do have a median on Lincoln and also on 89A. So that prevents us from having access, full access or partial, or three-quarter access into those driveways. The report that we have from, and I don't know what the date on the report is that you have on file, because I know that we had a comment from ADOT on that as well. And it was revised to show right in, right out for both accesses. And so we can send you that. But yeah, I mean, the reason why we did that is because we have the median, so.
Okay, and are you going to do something to buffer the medians further to make them more enforceable? Because I know the way people drive on those roundabouts,
Which median,
both.
well, the one on 89A, I believe there's also like elevation difference from one side to the road to the other.
Not very big. The further up you go away from the roundabout, the less the mediation, the difference of the height. But the one on Lincoln isn't very steep at all.
So what kind of buffer will you be requesting for, like a 6-inch curb? I mean, there's a 6-inch curb.
Not even
right
it
there.
just a curb, just some of those fun little barrier posts. You know, somebody hits those once, they're never doing it again.
We could do that. I mean, we could add a barrier post to it. However, again, I'll check with the team on safety. But we can,
It's just, I know there's a lot of kids that live in those neighborhoods. We all know how teenagers drive. Oh, I need to get gas. Yeah, I'm just gonna turn here
Yeah.
and cut. And, you know, putting a couple of those posts on medians makes a big difference. Or somebody coming from out of town. Oh yeah, I'll just cut across. It's no big deal. I don't want to go up to the next roundabout. That isn't that far.
absolutely, yep. On 89A, that's ADOT. And Lincoln as well, yeah. So we'll bring that up to ADOT. Yeah.
Okay, those
All
are
right.
what I had.
All right, thank you. Anyone else have anything? All right. I do want to ask something else about the in and out. So just repeat it so that I'm clear. There's a roundabout at Lincoln. And that is at the southernmost part of that lot. So someone who wanted to pull into the Circle K would turn right at that no.
We'll go straight on 89A and then go into the Circle K store on 89A. The only people that have access on Lincoln is if you're coming from the neighborhood behind us. Because there's some median there, so if you,
From the residential area.
correct.
Yeah, is it possible to put that slide up that shows the driveways?
I can explain that.
So what you're saying is no one would turn right at the roundabout on Lincoln to go in back there.
Correct, because there's a median that goes all the way. Yeah, here. So you can't turn left. So if you're coming on 89A, you'll go through the roundabout, and then continue and access the store. Because if you go this way,
The Mia extends past or right of the driveway, so you cannot turn into the.
Ah, okay. So to my way of thinking, that access would not be used much at all.
Just for egress, for exit, and for fire emergencies and deliveries and to
All right.
exit the site.
So what ADOT's predicting, what everyone is imagining and predicting is that that's not a main in and out at all.
Correct.
The main in and out is right there, and it's wide enough. Is the width enough for a big RV to pull in while another big RV is sitting there waiting to pull out?
Correct. So there was a
Okay,
analysis with that. So yeah.
okay, good. Thank you. That really answered everything for me. All right, so is there anything else from anyone on the commission? If not, we will now take comments from the public, if any. So let's take a look. Is there any? No?
Oh, and Madam Chair, Stephen Polk, Clarkdale Town Attorney again. I recommend you do a formal motion to enter a public hearing to take public comment on this
Okay.
matter.
We have a motion? You mean I'm asking for a motion to open public hearing? Do we have a motion to open public hearing? Amy?
I move we open public hearing on the conditional use permit. Oh, geez, again, 250-250-188 for the
All right.
Circle K.
And do we need a second to open it? Do we have
A
a second?
second.
All right, thank you. Do we need a vote? Those in favor, say aye.
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 Opposed? All right, thank you. So now, is there anyone here from the public who would like to comment? Please raise your hand. Yes, please stand and go to the microphone. Introduce yourself and say where you live, and then speak. Thank you.
There you go. And we live in the neighborhood on with the desert between us and the highway. And I have just a few questions that haven't been answered to my satisfaction. The gasoline was one of them. I didn't know if it's going to be a gas station as well as a convenience store, and that's been answered. What's the length of time for the construction? Do you have an answer for that?
Well, I'm not certain what
You gotta
the
come up to the
comments are
microphone so we
addressed to
can-
the commission, and then
I'm sorry.
it's fine, but that's your question, is you want to know about
Construction time.
construction
Yeah.
time. And so can I get direction from staff? Are we going to have the applicant answer?
Yes,
Do you want the applicant to go to the podium?
they will need to when they answer. You can wait and we can write down all the questions and have them come up, or they can come up now and answer.
Oh, so you want to get all the questions first?
It's up to you, Madam Chair.
Yeah,
That might be more efficient.
It
Yes,
could be.
we will. Great. So you're making note of them? Okay, good. We have that one down. What's next?
Study on the traffic, given that it's going to congest that area some, in my opinion. And what has been the studies done on that? And you mentioned a deceleration lane. I'm not sure what that means exactly. I'd like to kind of get that clarified.
That's great. Thank you. The applicant will clarify.
And let's see. Now, we had asked the question earlier of the company that had the signs up when they first put the signs up and put the property up for sale, because I'd been watching that. And one of the questions that came to my mind and that they answered for us at that time was that there would be a 50-foot setback, but you mentioned a 20-foot setback. for construction to begin. So that's why I'm a little confused on that.
We'll find
I'd
out
like that
and the
clarified.
applicant will respond. Go ahead.
And then
What else?
You mentioned the lighting would be within standards. I don't know what those are, but if it's within standards, et cetera, fine.
I'm sorry, the lighting standards that's what
well,
you're
yeah.
talking about?
I'm not worried about that one so much.
All right.
I was concerned about the buffer though. And they answered the question about the time that would be open, which would be 24 hours a day. So those are my questions. And
Good. So those have been captured by staff and we're going to find out if there's other questions and then the applicant will answer everything.
thank you.
Thank you. Is there anyone else who would like to come up, please? State your name and where you live.
Hi, my name is Diane. I also live in the neighborhood. That was my husband. I just have kind of a general question, since it is zone commercial, whether the neighborhood has any say in whether this goes forward or not. Whether this goes forward or not. Do we have a say in it, or since it's zone commercial, it's out of our hands?
I think that either staff will respond or the attorney, maybe the applicant, but I expect the attorney will respond. All right. Is there anyone else who has something to add to the list of what we're going to have here? Please come forward.
My name is Brenda Mistretta, and we own the house directly behind where the Circle K is going to go. And the picture that she showed, the exit was coming out onto Lincoln, is that right? Well, there is a median there now, and there is no way that an RV or a semi-truck is going to come out of that exit.
On Lincoln. That's
Lincoln.
that was answered earlier and we'll have it repeated.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you for your question. Is there anyone else who has a question or a comment? All right, so I think we've captured everything that is to be asked, and now the applicant. Would you like to respond? And some of them, the town attorney will respond.
Yeah, Madam Chair, so hearing no further public comment, you should close the public hearing.
All right. Public hearing is, do I need a vote?
Nope, you just close it.
Public hearing is closed. Now we'll have the responses.
Very good.
Ryan Delpy with Circle K Corporate. As far as like the construction days, it's about a 7-month time period from when the shovels go in the ground to when the store opens. So the answer is 7 months.
Thank you. And what was next?
The next question was regarding the traffic study, what was done, and then the decel lane. I mean, I can answer that if you want. It's basically a slow down lane. It's basically a right-hand turn lane, so you get out of the flow of traffic. So it's just another lane on the highway to let people get into, slow down, and turn into. That's going to be prior to the entrance going in off of 89A, after the roundabout.
And as far as the study, sorry, I'm too close to the microphone. As far as the study goes, it will depend. ADOT has specifics on how far we need to go and what needs to study. And then there's a projection on 2027, how bad it's going to be, 2031, how bad it's going to be traffic. And based on those projections and development expected in the area, they give recommendations on what needs to be done. Sometimes they set traffic signals, they say roundabouts. So in this case, the recommendation was that right turn lane on 89A. And also the driveway widths were also based on those traffic studies and the locations. You're welcome.
Thank you. Next.
The next question was regarding setbacks. The building would be set back 47 feet from that rear property line. The 20 feet I think you referenced was the landscape buffer minimum. So, but the building is set back 47 feet. Yeah. And then as far as the lighting standards, those are based out of town code. So essentially the light cannot spill off of the property and to neighboring properties, and it's got to be under a certain amount of lumens.
Thank you. And then there was a question about,
The
The zone-
neighborhood say, it's basically these meetings, this one, and when it goes to the town council is your opportunity to provide comments, but council ultimately will make the decision to approve or deny this conditional use permit.
does that cover everything? Did you have anything to add about the zoning? I mean, it's zoned commercial
It is,
and it has been,
yeah, the
Well,
zoning.
I
the
remember.
Zoning allows for, like Clover said in her presentation, zoning allows for the convenience store as a permitted use. What triggers the conditional use is the gas station aspect.
Right.
Of it.
Okay. Thank you. All right, so we've taken the comments. Everything has been answered or responded to. Did we miss anything?
Yeah, Madam Chair, Stephen Polk, Clarkdale Town Attorney again. So now I'd recommend taking up item 5B, conditional use permit number 250188 to discussion, review, and action by the Planning and Zoning Commission to either recommend an approval or recommend a denial of this to Clarkdale Town Council.
So we've taken all the comments. We're ready to entertain a motion. All right. So,
Madam Chair, unless the commission has any discussion prior to a motion, you're free to discuss it amongst yourselves as a commission.
all right. Well, anybody have anything to say? Joe?
No.
I think the only concern was brought up was the sound. Sound getting past the wall. And there was some question about that. Someone's going to look into that.
If I could
It's
say,
up for discussion. It was, the applicant said they were going to look into it, yes? That was the response. Is there anything else for you, Joe?
all I was going to mention was I wanted to make sure there is a masonry wall at 6 feet high because it will block the noise. And so that's why I'm okay with what was presented.
Okay, and well, that brings up a question for me really, which is in the code, is the 6-foot wall, can it be higher? Is it legal to make a wall that's higher than 6 feet?
I'll have to check the specific verbatim what the code says. I can tell you the upcoming changes that we're going to make will address that and allow for it
Be higher.
to be higher if warranted.
Okay, thank you. Anything else from any other comment or before we entertain a motion here? All right.
I just wanted to check the materials listed on the plat for the wall. What are those? It is masonry. Okay, yeah. I just, there was a lot of different materials listed and I wanted to make sure. So, thank you.
So right now the plan is for a 6-foot masonry wall. And as I understand it, we have changes coming up that might allow for greater height. And we don't know yet. Is that correct?
I'd have to go back and look at specifically the wording if it allows for it right now. I don't have that right in front of me.
Thank you. Anything else? Any other comment? All right, now we can entertain a motion. I'm so glad you're here. Thank you. So do we have a motion?
I move we recommend to approve the for town council a conditional use permit to construct and operate a Circle K convenience store with fuel sales in accordance with the stipulations as stated in the staff report.
Thank you. Do we have I have a question. Maybe this is for the attorney. Given the question about can the wall be higher or can we ask for it to be higher? Do we have to hold this back from going to council if we have a stipulation that if it's permitted to make the wall a foot higher, that we ask for that?
This is Stephen Polk, Clarkdale Town Attorney. Great question, Madam Chair. The answer is no, you don't have to hold it back. I'd recommend still taking a vote today. And you could just put a recommendation to increase the height of the masonry wall if permitted under town code.
Thank you. So welcome to our
Thank you.
town manager.
Susan Guthrie, Town Manager. I would recommend though, just to tag on to what Stephen is saying, I've done a lot of work with freeways going behind houses and where, you know, we as administrators often think bigger is better. There are implications to the people who live behind that wall. So I might temper your recommendation to say, to have, you know, ask staff to investigate it, bring that concern forward to council, but also to coordinate with the people who are on the other side of that wall, because I mean, they really have to think about what does it feel like to have a 7-8 foot wall right in their backyard blocking views, et cetera. So I just recommend tempering that a little.
That's a great comment. And I think that, yeah, wording it the way, do you want to restate your motion? Would you see if you can do that?
Since my motion has not yet been seconded, let's try this again. So we want to include a stipulation that the applicant and staff look into if there are any benefits for a raised wall. Okay, I just want to make sure I'm going to add the right thing here, so.
Good, thanks.
I motion to recommend approval to the town council for a conditional use permit to construct and operate a Circle K convenience store with fuel sales in accordance with the stipulations as stated in the staff report, including the additional stipulation that staff and applicant look into if there are any noise reduction benefits to increasing the masonry wall beyond 6 feet. To also include comments to the neighbors directly behind that wall.
Cool. Do we have a second?
I second.
Thank you. We have a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
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 Thank you. Joe?
Yes, aye.
Those opposed? Thank you. Those opposed? All right. I think what we have is a unanimous decision here. All right. Discussion item only. Design standard examples. Discussion only regarding design standard examples.
Easily.
Senior Planner, Clover Pinion, please share your PowerPoint presentation.
Madam Chair, Clover's going to put up one slide, I believe. So right now there's Senate Bill 2413 at the state legislature.
And then hit
that
mute.
might
If there's a bar, throw it back.
we're getting some feedback on there. There's a Senate bill in the state legislature right now that has not died yet. It's still moving through committee. As recently as 2 o'clock this afternoon was going to be discussed. That might actually put a stop to us even having the ability to do what we're trying to do with this design review, these design standards. So at this point in time, I know we talked last meeting that, you know, we were going to bring examples of what some of this could look like. We want to hold off on that, see what happens with this bill So hopefully by next meeting, we'll have a better idea if it's still moving forward, or if it got, didn't get enough votes to pass out of committee or something like that. Keep in mind that the way it's written right now, it does only apply to residential design review. So we could potentially still entertain commercial design review standards. But without knowing fully what this bill is going to do, I don't want to work on one or both without knowing. So I think it's going to just save everybody time. I don't want to bring stuff to the commission and then it be for nothing if the state says we can't do it. So let's just kind of put it on pause for now. We'll bring another update to you in April. If it doesn't go any further, then we'll continue with these examples and discussion on what the could look like. So again, it's Senate Bill 1431. And League of Cities and Towns has been monitoring this one. It's one of their priority bills. I think just about everybody I know of is pushing against it. So we're just trying to hopefully it doesn't pass, but we'll see. So that's where we're at with this right now. So we're kind of, like I said, we're not going to move forward with these examples tonight.
All right, thank you. So, is there anything else we're going to look at? This is complete now, this PowerPoint we're going to look at? All right, good. So now moving on, future agenda items. Planning Commission may propose items to be placed on a future agenda. This item is for discussion only. Does Commission have any items to be placed on a future agenda? No.
So
thank you.
We will put, from staff, we will put on next month's agenda the code updates, as well as, like I just mentioned, legislative updates, and specifically this design review bill.
All right, thank you. Nothing else? All right. Adjournment. I will entertain a motion.
I move we adjourn tonight's meeting.
Thank you. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Thank you. All those in favor say aye.
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 Those opposed? Thank you. It's unanimous. We are adjourned. Thank you, everyone.
Okay.
All right.